Hey everyone, so today what we're going to do in this video is we're going to learn how to set up and use um, my ToolFlow protocol, which is essentially just a framework or a boilerplate for building rapid AI agents that can pretty much do anything that you want, right? So in today's video, we're just going to learn how to get everything set up and just get you familiarized with everything. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to make at least one, maybe two videos a week. And I'm going to build out different agents. That way, for the ones that want to learn how to, um, that for the ones that are basically getting for the ones of you that are getting into AI, this would be a good video for you, especially if you're wanting to learn how to build agents, especially if you are already a software engineer and you have a software background and you're getting into AI. This would also be good for you as well. Or if you're just curious and want to learn this new framework and want to mess around with it and use it, then go ahead and watch the videos and clone the repo and do what you do. So essentially, this framework has been reduced to what it is now, just a boilerplate, because this is something that I've been building personally for one of my larger projects over the past 6 months. And I basically just removed all of the complex logic and all of the agents out of there and just put it into a boilerplate to help you get started. And that way I can use it for my future projects, and then I can just build upon it for my clients when they have custom requirements, and it will just help me and help you. So anyway, so what you're going to do is you're going to go ahead and you're going to clone the repo. Once you clone the repo, you can go ahead and you can open it up. So I've already done that. And then what we'll do here is essentially once you clone the repo, um, you're going to go ahead and install it, npm install. For the sake of it, I'll go ahead and install it again. And then what you're going to go ahead and do now is you're going to go ahead and run the dev server. And then let me go ahead and open Postman so you can see what I'm doing. And then let's go ahead and go to the README here. Okay, so basically everything is self-explanatory, but for the sake of it, um, the main the main logic with this boilerplate, right, is the ability to do semantic searches for your knowledge base. So essentially, you can just add to the vector store, which I already have a call here. Let me go back to it. Let's go to the body. Okay, that's for the search. And let me see here. No, that's not it either. Okay, let me create a new request. Okay, here we go. Okay, so let's go ahead and send that. And as you can see, it's a success. And then if you go to your vector store, you'll see that the embeddings are here, right? So now what you can actually, you know what? Right now we're using the OpenAI embeddings model, but I also have the adapter for Olama. So if you want to learn how to set up a custom embeddings model locally on Hugging Face, we can spin that up in Python and run the model locally. You're going to need like 20 gigabyte of GPU. So if that's interesting for you, then let me know. I'll make a course on that so you can see how to use it with the search functionality with this. And then we can use local Olama models and whatnot if you want to learn how to do that. But anything else you want to learn, agents that have specific abilities, just leave it in the comments. The more comments I get, the more likely I will be to build those specific agents, right? Also, I was going to say something, but I forgot what the hell I was going to say. Anyways, when I remember it, I will come back to that. So let's go ahead and continue what we are doing. So let's go back to our search, and then we can just call this endpoint. And as you can see, you see the docs here, which I've actually seeded the same thing 3 times in a row. So you can see them here. Now, obviously, this is very basic. Um, I would not recommend running your search feature the way that it is here, especially if you're going to be putting a lot of knowledge in it, which I can create. Actually, you know what? I'm going to create future courses on how to enhance this, because obviously this is going to be an important subject to learn, right? But for the sake of it, essentially what you could do here is you could just take the results from the knowledge search, and then you can essentially use it with the chat, right? Depending on what model you want to use. Obviously, we're not using the results with the chat here, but those results can be used with the chat, so you can fine tune and get the results that you want, right? Using the knowledge from there. So this is a very simple framework, doesn't have many features to it, like I said, but you can build onto it. So what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be making more courses on building out more complex agents that can do um, more complex tasks, whether you're automating a business or you're just automating something, or you need it for a chat bot, or one of your other projects, or you're just looking to get in the AI and offer solutions for clients. This is a great starting point. Um, and And yeah, so, also I did this in TypeScript and Node.js because I personally like it. Um, I don't really, I do use Python. I'm sure some of you are going to be wondering, hey, why am I not using it in Python? Because honestly, for this, you don't need Python, right? And also Python, I don't like how it scales. So I try to minimize Python usage unless I'm deploying and spinning up and serving, for example, using Fast API to serve like one of my own large language models, or Llama, having to use PyTorch and TensorFlow, things of that nature. Um, and then Python comes into use for me. Otherwise, if I'm not doing any of that, even if you are using an LLM like Llama, I personally have an Olama adapter here, which I could teach that in a future course to set that up, because it's you have to configure all that, right? For me, since I'm in my development environment, I have my Olama server running, but it's not routed to my dev server here. So if you want to see how to use all of this with the Olama, I can certainly do that. Just leave it in the comments. And the good thing about it is here is you don't have to build any Python APIs or anything of that nature, because you could just run inference directly with your Olama server, and then that's it. So, and a lot of people, what they like to do is they just like to run anyways Olama on run pod. So you could just like change the base URL to run pod, and then you can change your model, and then you can just run it and run inference with run pod. So I could show you how to do all that later on. If you want, just leave it in the comments. But for now, I'm going to stick with OpenAI and their embeddings model. And what I'll do is I'll just teach you how to stack on agents here and how to build more complex systems. So whatever you want to learn, just leave in the comments, and I'll do my best to get it done. And what I'm going to do is I just created this YouTube channel. I don't know if I said that, or actually I did say before that I was building this for the past 6 months, and I've essentially reduced it to a boilerplate. But anyways, what I'll do is I will leave the any updates that I have, I'll leave on my X account, and then you can just follow me on there. And then when I'm going to be releasing a new video, which I'll try to do 1 to 2 a week. Obviously, if I get more subscribers, since I clearly have none now, it's a brand new channel. But if I get to 100 subscribers, I'll do 2 a week. Let's do it like that. So I'm going to start out with 1 a week, and if once I get to 100 subscribers, I'll start doing 2 videos a week. Okay. So anyways, leave your questions and anything in the comments. And then, also, what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave a link to a way so you can message me, okay, with any questions. So I'll leave that in the I'll leave that in the description, and then if you have any questions, you can just reach out to me directly. All right. Okay. Bye.